Hi everyone, thank you for tuning back in. It's your girl V. Today we're going to learn how to make it happen.
It's Mystery Time.
Now, Sir James Barrie's Half an Hour, starring Ralph Richardson.
Mr. Garson. We can hardly call him the hero of the story. Mr. Garson is a financier, and his young wife, Lady Lillian, live in a mansion near Park Lane. Later this evening, they will be entertaining guests there. But now, they are alone. They're in the middle of their periodic brawls. He is being insensitive, as usual. She is being provocative, also as usual. In fact, it is not a very pretty scene.
Why don't you strike me, Richard? After all, I'm only a woman, and there's no one within call.
A woman, you useless thing, that's just what you're not.
How strong you are, aren't you? No wonder I love you. Look how you've crumpled my frock.
Well, you certainly asked for it.
Did I? You know, I can't make up my mind whether green is really my color. What do you think? What color do you best like to knock me about in?
You mind what you're saying?
Well, do you mind telling me what all this scene has been about?
Oh, I can't even remember. Anyhow, what it matter what it was that started us off, something always does, and in the end we end up by saying exactly what we think of each other.
Of course, if we know what we think of each other before we start.
Maybe we do. But how many times have I said to that father of yours...
Oh, Pop. By the way, I never heard how much you paid him for me when we got married.
One way or another, a good £20,000.
I can't help feeling proud.
If I could have got you for half, I wouldn't have had you.
I'd like you to say that, Richard. Still, there are other women for whom you could have paid even more. There must have been some reason why you picked on me.
Oh, you rotten old aristocratic family. All so poor and so well turned out. But come on, look in the melting eyes of you and the disdain of you. I suppose they went to my head. You were the worst, so I chose you.
I won.
Oh, you didn't need to come to me unless you liked, you know.
I admit that. It was your money that brought me.
Quite so.
I'm sorry, Richard. For both of us.
Ah, nonsense.
You must at least allow I never pretended it was anything but your wealth that drew me.
I never wanted it to be anything else.
I'll like you again. Perhaps that's even some little excuse for me. Not very much.
Soft order.
I dare say. Why don't we end it?
Do you know who you're talking to with my name in the city?
Oh, of course. But if you won't, Richard, has it ever struck you that someday I may?
You? Never.
You have a mighty faith in me.
Mighty.
May I ask why?
Isn't it obvious? You know why. In that expensive little heart of yours, you can't afford to. You're too fond of my money.
I see.
Tragic, your lot, isn't it?
More tragic than you understand.
Bought you when you were too young to know what you were doing.
Not so young, but that I should have known.
It's a rare, exquisite creature, too, as you know yourself to be.
But I know I'm not. But as I long to be, as I think I could be.
If you think you could be, if you'd married a better man, I suppose.
All right, mock me. You have the right, but it may be truer than you think.
That's what they tell you. I've no doubt.
Who tell me?
Those young cubs who live on your father.
If I was to let them tell me what they would like to say...
Ah, but they do, my pet. And when they've finished, you tell them they mustn't say things like that, and your lip trembles, and one sad tear sits in your sweet eyes. The same little tear that comes when you've overdrawn your allowance.
How you read me.
I think so. I know the stuff you're made of. I wouldn't try any heroics, Lillian. You can't live up to them.
I haven't the courage, I suppose.
Oh, you've the sort of pluck that lets the French jack-o'-dandies go tripping to the guillotine, and perhaps my breed hasn't. When it comes to living, you've got to live on us, my girl, and make the best of it.
Oh, if only I...
If only you were to show me, that is. Well, I'm not nervous. In the end, you'll always be true to number one. I've thought you out that far, at least.
And supposing I did show you.
If you did, if you tried to play a game on me, well...
With a knife, Richard, or Desdemona the pillow?
You brought any shame on me. Before I put you to the door, I'd break you.
You're hurting. If I did it, I wouldn't be here to break.
I shouldn't advise you to be, Lillian.
Unless you wish to do the breaking now, please let go of my wrist.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell below.